Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on Bayverse of Madness, and welcome to a new series on the channel called Theory Thursdays. This is where once a week we will take a deeper look into the plot holes of the live action movies. If there's a theory you'd like me to tackle, then leave it in the comments down below, but today we are going to be looking at why Unicron didn't rise during the events of Dark of the Moon. Now this is going to be a very complex theory and one that's actually took me ages to find the definitive answer of. I can't wait to show you guys, so let's get into it. Transformers The Last Knight is probably the most controversial movie in the series, packed with huge plot holes that left fans and audiences alike scratching their heads while leaving the theatre. One of those big plot holes was the sudden appearance of Unicron. Now in The Last Knight we learned that Unicron is the core of Earth, and that he only started to partially rise due to him feeling the presence of Cybertron drawing near. But that obviously begs the question of why didn't Unicron rise during the events of Dark of the Moon? And after years of figuring it out, I finally have the definitive answer. You see, during the Last Knight movie, we learned people were suspecting Unicron was rising due to his enemy Cybertron drawing near. Sir Edmund Burton first reveals this.
Oh my god. Cybertron is coming.
Later on, during Optimus's transformation into Nemesis Prime, we are yet again led to believe that Unicron is rising due to Cybertron's presence, when Optimus hints at this.
Earth, Unicron, Cybertron's ancient enemy.
Now with those two pieces of evidence in place, this would make absolutely no sense, as Unicron would have risen during Dark of the Moon when Cybertron was getting teleported through the space bridge. Now during the events of The Last Knight, we see that Simmons is analysing the sudden appearance of Unicron, given that he has his horns pictured on the wall and markers showing the locations of them. Now with Simmons being obsessed with Transformers in general, this would be the biggest case he would have to solve. Cybertron's appearance couldn't have been the answer to why Unicron was suddenly rising, given that he was present when he saw Cybertron in Dark of the Moon. Now after much theorising later on, Simmons finally cracks the code. He contacts Sir Edmund Burton and tells him about an ancient book that was written during the Dark Ages that contains the truth around Earth being Unicron. After Edmund Burton finds the book, he sees the true meaning of why Transformers were coming to Earth and why Unicron was rising in the first place. This knowledge earns Simmons a place in the Order of Witwickens.
Earth is Unicron. One day his horns will rise to fight the mad goddess Quintessa.
And as Edmund Burton says, Unicron would rise to fight Quintessa. Now this would make a lot more sense, as it would make Unicron more angry if he knew Quintessa and Cybertron were together. This also makes sense given that Quintessa's motives throughout the film are to destroy Unicron before he rises from Earth. She seemed to have the biggest rivalry with him, and really makes me wonder as to what actually happened between the two. Now let's talk about the Book of Cyberkells, and as we're told through the Last Knight movie, the Witwickens, who were formed to protect the history of Transformers on Earth, were first introduced during the Dark Ages. The Guardian Knights, who were created by Quintessa, were also present when the Witwickens were formed. This also led to the Book of Cyberkells being written, that contained the true secrets about Unicron. Now given that the Guardian Knights were created by Quintessa, they obviously know about Quintessa's past with Unicron, given that Edmund Burton finds out about this during his finding of the Book of Cyberkells. So with all this evidence in place, it would only make sense for Unicron to be rising during the presence of Quintessa. I hope you enjoyed this first episode on Theory Thursday, and if you liked it, please like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what theory you'd like me to tackle next, and for now, as always, take care everyone.